Young adult ministry for 6 years. Every single one of them said, you know what's wrong? Having any kind of power. And then I said, yeah, because you don't have any. That's why you think it's wrong. And then they would say, having lots of money, that's wrong, that's evil. And I would say, yeah, because you don't have any money, so you think it's wrong. Don't you understand? And so they would go through this like, oh, if you're someone who's ever struggled and doubted, you're a bad Christian. No, listen, you go back. There's this great book I was reading recently about Joseph of Arimathea, the tomb that Jesus went into. He's a fascinating guy because we don't have the resurrection unless Jesus gets to be in a tomb. But Jesus didn't have enough money to be in a tomb. His disciples didn't have enough money to be in a tomb. So there was this guy, Joseph of Arimathea. The Bible talks about him 2 or 3 times. Here's what it says about him. He was extremely powerful. He was extremely rich, so much so that he had a tomb that Jesus got to go into. And so he needed the money in order to have a tomb to get resurrected. And when somebody asked him whether he was a follower of Jesus, he said no. So the reality is he was a secret disciple who was so ashamed of his faith that he wouldn't tell anybody he was a disciple. He was powerful politically, and he was rich. There's the trifecta of things that you shouldn't be as a Christian, and yet God used them. And some of you need to hear this today, the idea that you think you're not good enough because you haven't led the life, you haven't lived perfectly yet, so God could never use me. And you got to understand, as we talk about here often, God will use you not because of you, but what? In spite of you, right? This is what Christianity is. It's a bunch of messed up, broken people that God uses not because of them, but in spite of them.